let's see how our scales give us more scales, okay? We know we can go sequential up or down, okay? And we can skip notes to give us different scales. Let's go back to basics, working on two notes. Two note runs, okay? E, F. Then we're going to go G flat G, A flat A, B flat B, okay? So E, F, G flat G, A flat A, B flat B. What's the first note of each one of those little two note runs? We got E, then we got G flat, then we got A flat, and then we got B flat. That gives us our whole scale. Okay? What if we keep that concept then? And we do our two note run, but we skip a note. And then we do our two note run again. So it's C, D flat, E flat, E, G flat, G, A, B flat, back to C. Okay? That's our diminished scale. And the notes we left out B, we left out D, we left out F, and we left out A flat. All right? If we play that coming across horizontally, it's going to look something like this. Okay? If we keep it on one string, or we could start out, instead of doing half whole, we could start out with a whole half. Whole, half, whole, half, whole, half, whole, half. Okay? So that's our diminished scale right there. What if we only play three notes at a time, okay? E, C, D flat, our next one's going to be D, D, E flat, E, our next one's F, F, G flat, G, our next one is A flat, A, B flat. And if we take that same concept of first note played, we get B, D, F, A flat. That's our diminished, okay? How can we play that then? Well, you take your whole note, skip a note, right? Then, if we take our 5/7 string concept, we're playing three notes on a string. We got to take that minus 5, that's going to give us our fret change. So 3 minus 5 is 2. So 1, 2, there's our next starting point. 1, 2, next starting point. 1, 2, next starting point. Okay? So our diminished scale from this one is here. That was same thing as that. Same thing. As this. Okay? What if we play four notes at a time? Oops. There's where we stay the same. Okay. Well, that's where things start to change a little bit. And this is where we start having to backtrack a little bit. Okay? So I told you if you play the three notes, 3 frets like that, that gives you diminished, okay? If we take that starting concept for 4, 4 minus 5 is -1. As you can see, I had to drop down 1 fret every time. Okay, so that's going to give me the pattern starting point, okay? For doing 4 notes at a time. 3, I got to drop down 2 frets. 2, I got to drop down 3 frets. 1 note, I got to drop down 4 frets, okay, from my starting point. So now let's just do our whole notes, okay? Our whole notes given from our 2, taken to our 3, okay? This is diminished scale. And if we follow the pattern of this from our 4, that's our whole note scale. Oops. Okay, so it's B, D flat. Our next one would be E flat, right? There's E flat there. Then F. Next one up from F is G. G is right there. Then it's A. Then it's B. Then it's D flat. Okay. All right. So that just goes to show right there how we can start getting into making scales from our scales by looking at it at different ways. We can start leaving spaces in our chronological to give us our scale, or we can start following our first note, because that's what winds up happening when we do our chords. Our chords are made from our scales. So if you're gonna go up chronologically and you're on the bass string, take the number of notes per string minus 5. That'll give you your fret change. If you're going to start at the high and you want to stay going chronologically up, then you got to take the number of notes minus 7 to give you your fret change. So if I start at C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, G flat, G, my next one is A flat, okay? If I started at C, it'll go up 1, okay? There's my A flat. Start at C, go up 1. Since this string changes, then that changes too. So you got to remember that drop. There's lots to it when you start getting into this sort of concept of looking at the guitar and figuring things out, but there's a lot of connections, and sometimes we have to backtrack, and that's where leading into that 4-note scale and understanding your whole notes and how we can use other information to bring information to light and lead us other places. So yeah, it's just kind of a short little quick in-depth you know, we can show you written down on paper and explain all this stuff more as we go further, but yeah, that's it for now. That should give a good primer to some of you to start seeing things a little bit differently, and how we can find even our diminished pretty much in almost everything when we start breaking it down. So peace, love, stay strong.